Hello, I'm Roya, and this is iPod. And today we will be reviewing If I Stay by Gayle Forman. iPod is a cat. She likes cat food and good music and sitting by the window. Yay, I think she just wants to get on the ground now. She doesn't really want to do this review. So I will do this review by myself. If I Stay is a book about, well, obviously it's a book, duh, okay. So If I Stay is about a girl named Mia who gets to a car accident with her family. Her whole family dies and she winds up in a coma. And so for the rest of the book, she has to decide if she wants to stay alive, wake up eventually from the coma, or if she wants to just die. But she has faced a lot of choices during her short 17 years of living, it seems like. We really get a sense of who she is and all that stuff. We seem to understand that she is a cello player and she's pretty dang good, and she thinks she has a real shot of getting into Juilliard, and she auditioned and all this stuff. But at the same time, she doesn't want to go all the way to New York, and because she'll leave her boyfriend behind and her parents and her little brother and all this other stuff. But of course, her parents and her little brother die in the accident. And even though the accident happens at the very beginning of the book, we really get a sense of who these people are, who her parents and her little brother are as people, and then it really kind of makes you sad. That they die at the beginning of the book. One thing I really like about this book too is that it takes place where I live in Portland. And that's Portland, Oregon, not Portland, Maine. It brings in a lot of Portland references. Like there's a reference to the band Dead Moon that I know was like pretty big in Portland at one point, and all this stuff. And so that's sort of like, oh, someone in Portland would know that that's not made up. But Mia feels like she never really fits in her family, basically, and because she likes classical music, she plays classical music, etc., etc. But her parents are like punk rockers and all this stuff, and her little brother is basically like he plays drums and all this stuff. Music is music is music, and she finds out that really what kind of music it is makes no difference at all. The story is told kind of in flashbacks throughout her life, kind of, and we also learn that like she really cares about her little brother and is almost like a parent to him. It's a pretty fascinating backstory for a family that basically dies at the beginning of the book, and we get no actual time with them that's in the plot. And Mia is such an awesome, like, complex character. There's a lot of different stuff that you kind of start liking about her, and she's a likable character. And I really did not expect to care that much by the end, whether she stayed or went. I'm not going to say what her choice is or anything, but I know that there's a second book as well called Where I Went, and I did not expect to care as much during this book to want to read that one like right away. But I really do. I care where she went. I want to know. Yeah, I mean that's part of the coolness of this book. I mean, it's only like 200 pages. It's not a long book at all, but you really get a sense of the character and all the characters and all that stuff. My main gripe with it probably just comes with the fact that I'm in the music business too. Like, I'm in a band, but I found some stuff kind of like not really believable. For example, the fact that her boyfriend, who's in like a signed band and everything, is playing a really big show on the day that she gets hit by a car and all that stuff, and she's in the hospital in a coma, and he just completely leaves and comes to see her in the hospital, even though his show was supposed to be going on like right when he left, basically. And pretty much and his whole band is like okay with it, and they've done the same thing for other band members before, like not, just canceled a show and stuff, like when a band member really needed to like not be there and all that stuff. And I think that's a little bit unbelievable for like a signed band playing a huge show. Like, there's no way that the record company wouldn't be pissed off about that. There's no way that, like, their management wouldn't be pissed off about that. There's, like, no way that the other band members would have actually been okay with it. Like, there's no way. It doesn't make any sense. So that's the only thing that really kind of ruined the reality of it for me. I was kind of thinking, like, no, that would not happen in real life. Like, he'd still have to play the show even if he like took off right after. That was the only thing that really bothered me about it. But anyway, this is a really, really awesome book. Yeah, I guess 4.5 stars. Really absorbing. You don't want to put it down. It's written so well. Just it has a lot of complexity, and I mean, it's such a simple story. It's literally like, when you think about it, it's just girl gets into a car accident, her family dies, she has to choose whether to wake up and be okay but be like an orphan and possibly have like some horrible injuries and whatnot, or just die and have eternal peace and blah blah. If you've read this book, tell me what you thought about it in the comments. I would really like to hear about it. See you next time. Bye.